back with more Morrowind. This time I'm going to do some max difficulty. Just going to be messing around with it. I don't know how seriously I'm going to get into this, but something I've only minimally done before, so bear with me. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so starting out this go around, I'm going to be a little more optimized, may do more training. Also going to make use of creature merchants and stuff to get better value for my money. However, I'm still not going to try to bust the game completely. So, just to look at the settings here, you can see I have my difficulty all the way to 100. And we're ready to start playing. Okay. My name is Caius, which implies I'm going to be an Imperial, which I am. Now, this is one aspect in which I won't be optimizing myself, since Imperials are not really too great at anything. We'll be using Longblade yet again, and I will also be using magic as well to an extent. Okay, so Star of the West will absorb fatigue. Voice of the Emperor is a nice charm spell to have as a power. So that'll help us with our interpersonal interactions. Okay, so hit OK. Then we'll head in and create our class. So I will take Longblade as my primary damaging skill. I'll take Destruction, Alteration. I'll use Heavy Armor. I'll also take Unarmored because I'm going to perhaps wait a little bit before I really get a full set of armor. So we'll leave Block as a minor skill. It's fine. We will take Conjuration to help fight since they are not affected by the difficulty level. Okay, so I'm starting 40 Strength, 40 Intelligence, 30 Willpower, 30 Agility, 50 Speed, 75 Endurance, 75 Personality, 40 Luck. Only have 45 Health, 40 Magic, which is going to be a pretty big hindrance to actually casting magic a lot, so I will be relying on my Longblade, which is starting out at 45. You can see I'm already starting out with 97 disposition with real, so that's pretty fantastic. That'll help me get better prices for some of this stuff. It's not going to make a huge difference because it is more dependent on mercantile, I believe. But that'll let me get a weapon. Okay, so you might have noticed I got a light armor shield. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that the type of armor that your shield is not really matter except for contributing to your overall armor rating. But if you have a successful block, it will still block all damage. So I could be wrong about that. So we will see, especially when we get to fighting some more difficult enemies. And I have at least a chest piece as far as my armor goes. That'll be better than nothing. I don't have a ton of gold at the moment, but we will do our usual little tricks around here to get some extra gold. I realized I forgot to actually do the Fargoth money recovery during my previous Let's Play. Oops. Forgot, I meant to buy some spells from a reel. That's okay. I will do that here in a little bit. Sorry, Tax Man. Okay, I'm not sure why I had to wait so long for Fargoth to actually start sneaking. But there he is. He's sneaking over to the stump there. He's going to deposit some stuff and we'll be able to steal it from him. We are not going to return it to Riskar, but instead keep it for ourselves. Okay, so he's leaving. We should be good to go steal it. Okay, so he's got the engraved ring of healing, which will be helpful for us since our restoration is pretty bad. 300 gold and a journeyman's lockpick. And there he is. Alright, we've arrived in Balmora. I'm going to differentiate this video a bit from my previous one since I don't want to redo all the same quests or anything. I'm going to join the Mages Guild just so I can get those sweet free potions. And scrolls and such. And I will also join the Fighters Guild. Okay, I may do some of these quests here shortly, but also I'm just going to snag some of these potions. Alright, we're going to head over to Caius and kick off the main quest, which I won't be able to do much of at first since I'm not a high enough level. I believe, aside from this brief introduction, you have to be level 3 to be able to progress further. There he is, Caius. So, you say your name is Caius, and you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it. Yes. So, I am now a novice in the Blades, which is an Imperial order. There's not really any specific Blades related quests other than stuff in the main quest itself. Kind of like in Oblivion, where you join the Blades, but there's not really any Blades related quest lines. Okay, so he's telling me to go get decent weapon, armor, spells, etc. So he wants me to sign on with one of the guilds or the Legion and go look for freelance work. Okay, I'm going to go to Caldera and talk with Creeper briefly, get a little bit more gold, and then we will start doing some quests.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
And what is your business here? Your actions show promise. What do you want?
So, although they all yell at you when you steal stuff, ultimately doesn't matter because you don't get a bounty, they don't actually report you. So, it all works out. Okay, we're headed back to Balmora. Maybe. I can actually get my head out of my rear end.
How may I help you, Cyrodiil?
And I'm doing this to get better intelligence since I have such limited magicka right now. So the way your magicka is determined, if you don't have any birth sign that boosts it or anything else affecting it, it's just a straight 1-to-1 with intelligence. So without any bonuses, the most magic you can have is 100, assuming you have your intelligence at 100. And as has been beat to death elsewhere, the health bonuses do not apply retroactively, so the earlier you get high endurance, the better. A simple contract to end an infestation of cave rats. You might be able to handle it. Okay, so we're going to go to Drarain Thalus's house, which is across the river in Balmora, and go deal with some rats.
What brings you here?
Now, if you've ever watched any YouTube videos about Morrowind or Oblivion, you will know this is the Leheckin epic subverted quest in Oblivion where you're actually saving the rats. Personally, I find this to just kind of be a filler quest and not all that interesting. It's one of these houses. Yep. There she is. These rats are such a nuisance. I'm worried they'll eat all of my pillows. You like pillows, don't you, Caius? Blah, blah, blah. So there's one in this room, and there's a couple upstairs as well. She gives us a key to get in, and we will go try to take care of these rats. I'm going to cast a shield spell. Hopefully that'll... Oh, well, never mind. We'll see how it goes. Okay, first one's taken care of. I'm going to read these books and also steal them. At least the sermons. She improved my long blade. Great.
Outland, what do you want?
And one hit kill from the rat. So that's not good. So it's kind of hard when you're in an enclosed space like that. You don't have room to maneuver, to dodge their attacks. Now, I realize I'm making excuses here, but
What is this regarding Cyrodiil?
I think this type of thing has been an obstacle to me really getting into the max difficulty runs. Okay, let's try that again. I'll try Fire Bite and see how that works. Okay, there's one down. Alright, I'm going to save before I go in here and get absolutely destroyed. I'll cast a shield. So I should get my illusion up because the sanctuary spell will be pretty helpful. That'll help me avoid getting hit by melee enemies. But as of now, I only have an 18% chance to cast it, so that's not going to help too much right now. Damn, they're knocking me down. Alright, got him taken care of. Just got 25 pillows in this basket. In each one, looks like. Okay, so that's taken care of.
Is there something you need?
So she'll take my word that they're dead and gives me 100 septums. So the Fighters Guild is interesting because the quests start to have a bit of a twist to them. Although they may seem pretty innocuous on the surface, there is a little bit more to them, which we will see when we get to those. Okay, so she's reluctantly congratulates me for the cave rat thing and gives me orders to deal with some egg poachers. So we will get to that on the next episode. But for now, I'm going to sign off and have a good day.